Hey, and there we go. Happy New Year, my friends, and welcome to the Dr. Sem Yankees Show, which is also, as you know, the Start Spreading the News Yankee podcast. Now, many people will say, Dr. Sem, where have you been? I've been where the Yankees have been. There's been nothing to talk about. There has been nothing to talk about. And so today we're going to do something a little different, a little tongue-in-cheek. But before we get to it, my dear friends, let's make today a great day. And how do you make your day great? It's really simple. The way to make your day great is to look around, find the good, and appreciate the good. Look around, find the good, notice it, and appreciate it, and say, there are good things in my life. I need to appreciate them, but not I need to, I do. I appreciate the goodness, the good things that are part of my life. And then to make your day even better, take that goodness and then pay it forward. Share it with others. If you can't find any goodness, you can, of course, make your own. Do something nice for somebody else. Call a friend. Tell a relative you love them. Donate your time. Donate some money. Do something nice for a neighbor. Smile. Volunteer. There's I think at last count, 45 gazillion different nice things a person can do on any given day. Do just one of those nice things, and you'll have a great day. And of course, if you're already having a great day because you took the time to really think about everything around you and appreciate it, then pay it forward. Remember, when we give love, it comes back to us in greater amounts than we ever gave. That's not why we give it. We give it because it's the right thing to do. But when we do the right thing, most often goodness comes back to us as well. Pay it forward, be kind, make your day great. Now, unfortunately, the Yankees haven't been making any day great for any of their fans. My dear friends, I grew up on the Yankees. My first year I was a fan was 1977. I've shared the story a million times before. I won't get into it again. But throughout most of my life, the off season for the Yankees was as exciting as the regular season, by and large. Did you hear the Yankees just got Goose Gossage? What? Did you hear the Yankees just traded Chris Chambliss for Rick Cerone? Really? Wow. Did you hear the Yankees just got Dave Winfield? The Yankees just traded for Ricky Henderson. The Yankees just signed Jack Clark. The Yankees just got Wade Boggs and Jimmy Key and Danny Tartabull. The Yankees just re-signed David Cone. The Yankees just traded David Wells for Roger Clemens. The Yankees just got Tino Martinez. The Yankees just got Jason Giambi. The Yankees just got Mike Messina. The Yankees just got Hideki Matsui. The Yankees just got Masahiro Tanaka. The Yankees just got CC Sabathia and Mark Teixeira. The Yankees just got Gary Sheffield. The Yankees just got Giancarlo Stanton. The Yankees just got Garrett Cole. The Yankees just traded for Juan Soto. Those days are gone, my friends. What have the Yankees done this year, this offseason? There was a time when it was so much fun to be a Yankees fan. Now, I run a great site. You know that. I run Start Spreading the News. Let's put the banner up here. Let's take the other banner down. And by and large, we put up 3 articles every single day. We started this blog in 2017, which means this is our 9th year. Just do the math. 9 years, 365 and a quarter days, at least 3 articles every day. We generate content like no one else. And we do it without any big financial backing. We're not part of a big network. We do it because we're passionate Yankee fans and baseball fans. And here's the thing. It's to the point where we have nothing to write about. And if you come to Start Spreading the News, obviously we put up historical pieces, we put up analytical pieces, we talk about the fact that the Yankees aren't doing anything. There was a great series I ran for a few weeks looking at MVPs and this false, nonsensical idea that the MVP voters are biased against the Yankees. And I disproved that every which way, including on Sunday, as the saying sort of goes. But we had a whole series on that. We still generate great content. But as far as Yankee news to report on, there's been none. I have a staff of about 10 guys who write for Start Spreading the News. 10 people. They're not all men. And they tell me I have nothing to say. I can't think of anything to write about this time. How can I keep writing articles about the Yankees if the Yankees aren't doing anything? And then I also simulcast from a number of other sites, other big-time Yankee writers who've been writing about the Yankees and who are passionate about the team and have been doing this for decades, or at least many years. And they have nothing to say. So I'm sure the Yankees don't watch the Dr. Sem Yankees Show, and I'm sure they don't watch the Start Spreading the News podcast. By the way, EJ and I will find a time and start going back to our regular 9 p.m. Monday programming soon. But Yankees, Hal Steinbrenner, call me. Brian Cashman, call me. Write me an email. Reach out to me. Because I need to explain something to you that I don't think you've realized quite well enough. The average person couldn't care less about baseball anymore. So many people, there's so many other things. I've made this argument for a long time. The more the Yankees go to streaming services, and every team, but I only care about the Yankees, the more they go to streaming services, and the more they take their games off the Yes Network, whether it's them or Major League Baseball or both or whomever. But when you can't watch the team, you will lose interest in the team. That's just a fact. There are so many things to gather and capture our attention today that if you decide on a given night during the baseball season, I'd like to watch a ball game. I'd like to see the Yankees. And you put on the Yes Network and they're not there. There's a lot of fans that are going to say, all right, I don't know. I guess I'll go do something else. See what else is on. Maybe I'll watch a movie on Hulu or Netflix or whatever. Maybe I'll go out to dinner. Maybe I'll play a game. Maybe I'll read a book. Maybe I'll exercise. Maybe I'll talk to my spouse. Maybe I'll go visit my grandchildren. Maybe I'll call my parents. Maybe I'll write an email. Maybe I'll write a letter. Again, there are 45 gazillion different things people can do. If they want to watch the Yankees and the Yankees aren't there are a dwindling number of people that are going to say, oh, they're not on Yes? I wonder if they're on Fox. I wonder if they're on NBC. I wonder if they're on Channel 11. I wonder if they're on ESPN. Maybe this is a Major League Baseball Network game. Oh, maybe it's a TBS game. Maybe this one's on Fox Sports 1. People aren't going to do that. They don't do that. You put the game on. If it's there, you watch it. If it's not there, you don't. Very few of those people are going to say, oh, yes, I'm going to spend extra money to subscribe to the Yes app and the Gotham app and Peacock and Apple TV and whatever else, other Amazon Prime and all these other things. I'm going to spend $95 gazillion, the same dollar after the same dollar after the same dollar to watch the same baseball team. You're not going to keep spending money. The average fan isn't going to care that much. I'm going to put the game on and I'm going to watch the Yankees. Now I'm interested. Now you've created a fan. If they're not there, they're going to find other things to do. That's already happening. The idea that we're getting lots of money from streaming services is short-lived. It's not going to last unless they go all to a streaming service. But the idea of being on all these different things, people are going to get fed up and say, the average fan, I don't know where the Yankees are. I'm not interested. I used to love boxing. My favorite movie is Rocky. I could spend the next 75 hours quoting every single Rocky movie, maybe line by line with probably about 85% success rate, word for word, especially from like Rocky 3, which I saw 5 gazillion times as a kid. It was on HBO always when I was like 15 and 14 and 13, whatever those ages were. I used to love boxing. I don't know anything about boxing anymore. I don't follow it. I don't know where to watch the fights. I'm not spending $100 to watch some pay-per-view thing. No, just like I'm not going to pay money to watch the Yankees. No. The Yankees don't pay me to advertise them and create interest in them. I'm certainly not going to pay to watch a game that I could have watched a couple of years ago on the Yes Network and a couple of years prior to that on Channel 11. No. If they're not accessible to me, I won't watch it. But I don't watch boxing anymore because they took it away from me. I'd still be someone who cares about boxing, but they took it away. They were on HBO, which you had to buy, which I don't anymore. But then they're on Showtime, which you had to buy, which I don't. And then, like, you follow a fighter for a little while, and then they're on pay-per-view. Yeah, I know you like this fighter, but now you got to pay even more money to watch his championship. No, forget it. I don't care. I don't know where they are. I don't know when they're on. I don't have a schedule. No, I couldn't tell you who the heavyweight champion of the world is. I couldn't tell you any boxing champions. I could tell you a whole bunch from a long time ago, from the 80s and the 90s. Not anymore. I don't know who any of them are. They took the sport away. And that's what baseball's doing. But that's not even my point here. My point is, you have me, a guy who made a Yankee site. We've had millions and millions of people visit, start spreading the news. Millions and millions of people who have come to my site over these now it's into its 9th year. I run that site every single day. And when I'm working, that means I'm waking up in the early hours of the morning to pre-program articles so that they go off on time at 6 a.m., 10 a.m., and 2 p.m. I invest so much time because I love doing it. But I'm tired of writing about nothing. A couple weeks ago, I came on this podcast and I tried to pull up the Seinfeld theme, if you remember, because the Yankees are a show about nothing, just like Seinfeld was. And I loved Seinfeld, but I don't love this. They're turning off not the average person who goes, let me watch the Yankees. No, I'll do something else. I'm at least foolish enough to go, well, where are they? Fox 1, TBS, Fox regular, MLB Network, ESPN. I'll try to find them. If they're on a streaming service, then I'll give up. I'm not paying extra money to watch the Yankees. But they're not just turning off the average fan. The people I simulcast on Start Spreading the News haven't written articles about the Yankees. Die-hard fans, people who care and who have invested years and years and years into the team and into writing about the team and into creating interest about the team, have nothing to say. It's hard for me to put up 3 articles every day when I used to get articles from here and that person's not writing them. And I used to get articles from there and that person's not writing. And my own writers are saying, I have nothing to say. There's nothing to say. They're not just turning off the average fan. They're turning off their most loyal people, the people who give them free advertising, the people who write blogs and talk about their team in podcasts. I can't simulcast a podcast on my site that I usually simulcast because they haven't had an episode in over a month, just like I haven't, because there's nothing to say. There was a time when the Yankees were interesting, when the off season was interesting, and people would say, I can't believe they might get player X. And they didn't always get those players. And all those players, Jose Contreras or Hideki Irabu, though he helped them win a World Series, or Giancarlo Stanton, who hasn't helped them win a World Series, or Danny Tartabull, or Ruben Sierra, or even Jack Clark didn't have a great year the one year he was a Yankee. It doesn't always work out, but there was always this sense that the Yankees wanted to become better. Not this year. Does anybody get the sense that the Yankees want to be better? Does anybody get that sense? I mean, I think they're proving it to us, showing us plainly. We're not going after any players. We're not really doing anything of interest. We're hiring players out of the Mexican League. We're bringing back bench pieces from last year, making a big deal about it. This isn't the way to create interest. The average fan couldn't care less. For the average fan, the Yankees are the last thing on their mind. What do they care about the Yankees? There's nothing to care about. But worse, it's the diehard fans. The people like me and the other people writing Yankee sites and doing Yankee blogs who are saying they don't care. Go Start Spreading the News, but go read some of the other Yankee sites. They're all saying the same thing. I'm fed up with this team. They're boring. It doesn't have to be this way. The Yankees, as you all know, are worth billions of dollars more than any other baseball team, including the Dodgers. Last year, the Yankees were worth over $8 billion. The Dodgers were worth over $6 billion. Those numbers have probably gotten a lot closer when the new Forbes numbers comes out, usually around February or March. I'm sure the gap is shrinking because the Dodgers go out and get players and they keep winning World Series and the Yankees keep doing nothing. But the bigger point is the Yankees have the resources to be a great team, and they're deciding they don't want to be a great team. They don't want to do what's necessary to be a great team. And they're making it so that the people who care the most, like me, people who invest their own time into rooting for the Yankees and talking about the Yankees and writing about the Yankees, writing books about the Yankees, are to the point where even they don't care. At the very beginning of the off season, I wrote an article on Start Spreading the News. I'm going to rerun it in February because I said I don't see the Yankees doing much this off season. I hope they prove me wrong. But if they were to do something, these are the moves I would make. Actually, these are two different articles. I'm conflating them in my head. I wrote an article about the moves the Yankees should make, saying they're not going to make any of these. And then I wrote an article saying I don't think the Yankees will do anything. That second article is the one that's going to replay in February. I wrote it, published it in October or November, and said I'm going to run this again in February. We'll see if I was right. So far, I'm right. Yankees aren't going to make any big moves this offseason. That's what I said. And so when people get into these discussions, I hope they sign this guy out of Japan, or I hope they trade for this guy from the Rangers, or I hope they make this deal with the Las Vegas or Sacramento A's, or I hope they get this pitcher from the Brewers, or I hope they sign this guy from the Red Sox, or I hope they get that guy from the Blue Jays, or I hope they get that guy from the Phillies, or whatever. I haven't gotten into any of those conversations. I haven't even engaged them. I don't have any interest in it because I don't see them doing any of those things. Last year, I would have seen that it was a possibility. Previous years, I would have seen it as a possibility because I got this sense that the Yankees cared. I don't get the sense that the Yankees care anymore. From the beginning of the site, way back in 2017, I said the Yankees really feel like good enough is good enough. They don't want to be great. They want to be just good enough to create enough interest so that they might make the playoffs, and then anything can happen. And I've argued against that, saying that's not the way to build a great team. You don't want to go into the playoffs hoping things work out. You want to go into the playoffs with the best possible team, saying we're going in as the best, and if it doesn't work out, at least we gave it our best. My goodness, I was a marathon runner. I still play baseball. I don't go out there saying, I hope I'm pretty good. I go out there saying I'm going to give it my best. That's the way people are successful. When I write a book, I say I'm going to make it the best book I can. Am I perfect? Was I a perfect marathon runner? Am I a perfect writer? Am I a perfect baseball player? No. But the intention, no one can doubt that the intention is to be great, the best, when it comes to those things I do. Everybody doubts that that's the way the Yankees approach it. Even their most loyal supporters say, yeah, it's true. Every year they leave a bunch of holes on the team and just hope for the best. That's not the way to build interest, and that's not when you're the Yankees, and that's not the way to build a championship team. At all. In any way. None of that is how you do it. And that's the approach the Yankees have followed. Yeah, we'll try to get in the playoffs. We'll probably get in. We'll be over 500. You know, no one has been over 500 as many years as us. We really can do it. And maybe something good will happen in the playoffs. That's not the way. It should be, we want to be the best. And if we don't win, something went wrong. But at least the goal was to be the best. There's a vast chasm between those two different ideas. We want to be good and hope for the best, or we want to try to be the best. We'll do everything we can to be the best, knowing that it's not always going to work out that way. But that's okay. It's okay that the Yankees didn't win the World Series in 1954 and 1955. Everybody still knew they wanted to be the best. Then they won it in 56. They didn't win it in 57, but that was okay because they were still trying to be the best. They didn't win the World Series in 97. Okay. They still wanted to be the best. They didn't win the World Series in 2001. That's okay. Everybody knew they still wanted to be the best. No one is saying they have to win the World Series every year. When people make that argument, they know they're making a false argument to try to make the people saying that the Yankees need to try to be the best look foolish. No. Is that the way most people, I hope not, do their jobs? When I hire people, I want to hire people that say, I want to be the best. I had a school custodian who came to me and said, my job is to keep the school clean. And my job is to be the very best at keeping the school clean. Yes. I want a secretary to say, I want to be the very best secretary. I want a kindergarten teacher to say, I want to be the very best kindergarten teacher. I want the teacher's aide to say, I want to be the very best teacher's aide. I want the cafeteria worker to say, I want to be the very best cafeteria worker. I want the principal to say, I want to be the very best principal. I don't want any of these people to go, yeah, I just want to be pretty good. Just good enough. Do you want your doctor to be just good enough? Do you want the people who pick up your trash to be just good enough? In the situations in your life, do you want the people who you count on to be just good enough? Yeah, we're pretty good. Or do you want to go to the best? When you need a doctor for whatever, do you say, who's the best dermatologist around? Who's the best ear, nose, and throat doctor around? Who's the best dentist in town? Aren't you going to go to that person? Who's the best chiropractor? I want to go to that guy. Of course you do. That's not how the Yankees approach it. And no one is saying they have to win the World Series every year. What we are saying is we want them to show that they're trying to win the World Series every year by using their vast resources and their great history. The idea that they are the most successful team to build the greatest teams that should win the World Series if everything goes right, knowing that if you put the best team out there and they don't win, that's what happens. It's okay. If I know you're trying your best, I'm okay if you don't win. I'm not okay if you don't win when I know you're not trying your best. And this is what the Yankees don't understand. This is what they don't get. The fans who care, like me, have lost interest. I'm not doing a podcast every week anymore. My writers are struggling to come up with content because there's nothing to write about, because the Yankees have become boring. Now, what I was going to do, ran out of time. I was going to read from this dictionary. I love this dictionary, by the way. This is a huge dictionary. I was going to read all the different things it says about the word nothing. I didn't have time. I was just going to read them all and say these all define the Yankees. Every one of these definitions in this dictionary about nothing describes the Yankees offseason because that's what they've done. Nothing of significance. Now that can all change, and I hope it does. I hope they say, you know what, we're really blowing it because everybody's bored with our franchise and they see that we're acting like we don't care. We can't let them believe that we don't care. We have to show them we do care. So we better start doing stuff. Do I think that's going to happen? I really don't. I'd love to be wrong. But maybe, just maybe, the Yankees will wake up out of their slumber, realize the mistake they have been making, and do some things to get their fans, the ones who care about the team the most, interested again. And writing articles and doing podcasts and talking about the Yankees. Because right now, the only thing they're talking about when we do write and when we do a podcast is how frustrated and bored we are with the Yankees. Now, again, I'm not bored with other aspects of my life. Other aspects of my life are great. I've got books coming out. West Point at Gettysburg has been endorsed by the greatest Civil War writer of today. My Yankee book is getting rave reviews. It's coming out in March. I have another book that I'll tell you about soon that's also getting rave reviews. That's about the news industry. I mean, I've got great things. I've got a wonderful, loving wife, 3 loving sons, 2 loving granddaughters, the most beautiful, wonderful, terrific grandchildren in the world. I have professional responsibilities that keep growing in various ways because people are so happy with the work I do. I have a baseball season coming up. I don't run marathons anymore, but 26.2 miles, but I have a big race coming up in the fall. That's not a marathon, but still going to be fun. I mean, I have some, my parents, we love watching some TV shows together, one special TV show that we'll be watching together. But family time, I have so many great things in my life. Everything is happy because I make it happy, because I look to the good. But the one thing with a place where there's no good to look for, none, is the Yankees. And I sure hope they realize that. I sure hope I don't have to go to the dictionary and look up the word nothing and realize that every one of the definitions in a giant dictionary about nothing describes what the Yankees are doing this off season. What a shame. They're not the Kansas City Royals or the Milwaukee Brewers or the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are a team that doesn't have a lot of resources. They're the Yankees with the most resources. They should be the team with the greatest energy and the greatest passion. They haven't won a World Series in 15 years. They should be saying, this is unacceptable. We have to put the pedal to the metal and go at it even harder than before. And instead they're going, yeah, it's good enough. Whatever. And they're turning off their fan base. That's why they need to call me. They need me to run the team, to get people excited again, because the people running the team right now have bored the living daylights out of their fan base. All right, my friends, have yourselves a wonderful day. Thank you for listening. Look to the good. Don't let the Yankees bring you down. I'm here to talk about the Yankees, so I'll tell you how bad they are right now and how boring, but there's got to be other things in your life to bring you happiness and joy. Maybe there's some joy in complaining about the Yankees. I don't know. I'd rather be talking about the world championship that the Yankees just won. Maybe next year. Who knows? Maybe by the time you watch this podcast, the Yankees will have signed Bo Bichette and Alex Bregman and made a couple of big trades and said, wow, we've got to make this team great. But I doubt it. Anyway, have yourselves a wonderful day. Look to the good. Be kind. Be loving. And keep looking to the bright side. Enjoy, my friends. Thank you for watching. Have a great